here we're able to start the game, play the game. We have our countdown working. We can explode, we can lose the game, we can win the game, but there's still some more things we need to add in here. So let's look into it. Let's start out with the easiest thing today. So as we explode and instantiate the explosions, we have remnants left in. And you can see here, this is the clone of the explosions. Eventually I'm going to, well, not eventually, what we're going to do is write a quick script that is going to destroy these game objects like a second, maybe 2 seconds after they've been instantiated. And it's very easy to do. We're going to create a script, destroy explosions. Model development comes up. So we're going to get rid of start, and we're just going to simply type destroy this game object, and then we'll give it 2 seconds. So destroy what you're going to destroy, which is what this is going to be attached to, what this script component is attached to, and then this is 2 seconds. That's how long it's going to take after it's instantiated before it destroys itself. We're going to build it, and now we'll go to our prefabs, actually explosions that we've created, component, scripts, destroy explosions. It's right there. We hit play, it starts. And you can see now they're destroying themselves. All right, now let's deal with some things that are going to be easier, and that's a little bit of polish, but not all the polish we're going to need. And let's start back with the UI. We're going to create some titles. baseDeffender, and let's go here, another one. You win. We'll type in you win. Play again. Yeah, we'll keep it simple. I could just use one text and then tell its variable what I want it to be at whatever given point in time. I think I'm just going to make it a little bit more. It's not necessarily one is better than the other one. Actually, the other one is a little bit more elegant. But I'm just going to keep it simple. And then you lose, play again. And let's get all of these in here. Let's get them centered. And then also under here, let's move them up. We're not going to worry about a font right now. Where you win, you lose. Okay. Let's go to our player. Not player, game controller. I don't have a player script per se. And what we're going to do, I'm going to create a public text title text. You win text. And let's get these into our different states. We have game pause. Level pause button. Do we ever create game pause text? So what? Yep, let's do that as well. Now, let's also do this. Let's center justify all of that. There we go. It's all nice and centered. And we can go ahead and get this working. So, let's start out with the game pause. We have all this. Start, we got our states. And the only other thing we need to do is just put text on here that the game is paused outside of the button, outside of having the button set. So it doesn't matter if I put it up here or down here, it's fine. So if pause the game is equal to true, and game state is not equal to state that works. Start, and I'm putting in a little bit of overkill or countdown, and then pause the game text dot game object dot set active is going to be equal to true, else this is going to be equal to false. Now, the next thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and I know I have something here, start state. Yep, let's use this. So if we're in a start state, we're going to get our title text, and we're going to do the same thing. So since I have this here, dot game object dot get component, not get component, set active is true, and then we'll add in an else. We'll set this to false. And then here in kill the player, if we have lost the game, and then we're going to do the same thing. And then we're going to get you lose text, set active is true. Else, this is going to be set to false. Same thing with you lose. I'm actually going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to put in the win game. Win. You win is set to true. You lose is set to false. Now, since we are here, let's go ahead and deal with our buttons. So we need two things. One, we need play again, and then we go to play again, then we're just going to reset, or we're going to go to quit. So if we have lost the game, we already have our buttons here. We're at start game, quit game, and we're going to, well, we're going to use start game, and then, yeah, and then we're going to switch the text on it and quit game. So let's go ahead and get the start game button again. should we just create just a different button? Which way do you guys want to go? Do you want to create a different button, or do you want to try to use the same button? Is that a consensus? Okay. So start game but. Active is true. Now we do have a problem here. And the one problem is, if I look for this, and we go to start, then we also saying that it's true or false, else this is false. So what I need to do is add to this if statement and say, well, if we're start, else we're false, then, no, actually they might override each other. I'll cross the bridge once we get to it. I might just keep that in mind in case something goes wrong. Alright, so we have true, false. And then we go here, we're no longer in the start state, so that's not going to matter so much, but it may. Alright, so we have our start game here, and then we're going to do the same thing with when. Alright, let's get this in here, and then let's do a quick test. Game controller, title, win, lose, pause game. I gotta do something with game pause. For some reason it's not going false. So you lose, play again comes up, but our button is not coming up. So now we have to add to our if statement. And we're going to start with start, else, and we'll just put this in the statement, else. If game state is not equal to lose, or win. And we're going to need that, yeah. And then here, we're going to have to do the same thing. And let's go ahead and group this text together. I start off coding a little bit basic as for my grouping, and then as time progresses, I'll kind of deviate. I don't know, that's quick aim. I'm not worried about quick aim just yet. Just start. And then we're also here, start, lose, and then we need to go to win. And then here, if game state is not equal to state start, or lose. And then here, if I go to lose, same thing. If state is not equal to start or win. And we got one more thing we need to do. Something else is holding it. So let me go to start. This title. Have that there. Have it there. Let's see something. And let's do another one. That. There we go. Okay, so I just need to add a little bit more with this because it was still overriding it. Now, let's take care of the text that's showing up when it's not supposed to. So let's start off with the pause game. We start off with one problem and then work our way. So if we are pause the game and if it's true and we're not in start and we're not in countdown, then we set active. I don't think that matters. And then I need to see pause the game. I want to make sure this is outside of play, which it needs to be. And it is. There we go. And we have that. Alright. Excellent. Now, let's take care of the title. Control F, so you can do a search. So if we're start, true, false, that's fine. And there's nothing else. So now we need to take care of you lose and you win. Alright, so if we're lose, that's true. And else, if we are here, we're false. Now, I think the problem that's happening is winning and losing the game happens within play. So because these are not in play when they start off, they're being displayed. So the easiest thing to do is we're going to still keep this, but in start, we're we're going to turn it off. So you lose is going to be set to false, and you win is also we're going to set that to false as well. We hit play. Starts off. There we go. Once again. You lose, play again. Start game. The reason why we can't start is because we need to reset our values, but we haven't gotten there yet. Alright, so we're here. We're here and we have this, and we have all of our titles working. Now, when we lose the game, we need to reset all of our values and then go back. And we also need instructions as well too, but that will take care of that a little bit later on. So what we're going to do, create a void. And we're going to make it public void reset game values. So what we're going to need to reset is the score. We'll go back to 0. Our health goes back to 100. And our lives for right now. And I think we started at what, 3? Goes back to 3. And so if we lose the game, well, we're going to actually let our, we're going to do it this way. Let's create a static, we'll put it in here. Let's create a public static bool reset game values false. And what we're going to do is, before we get to play, if reset game values is equal to true, then what we're going to do is we're going to grab this. Just need to rename it. We can have a function and a variable named the same thing. We're going to reset our game values. Reset player values. There we go. We're going to reset our player values, and then we're going to turn this off. The other thing is too, I'm going to probably use this with a state as well. And then this is what we're going to do. And if we are, let's have it associated with our win and lose. So reset player, and if we're in a lose, or reset game values is true, and we've won the game, then we reset. We're going to add more into our function, reset game player values, but right now those are all the basic stuff that we need. And in our button controls, what we're going to do is we have this start the game, and we already have this that we're looking for the game controller, so let's use that. So if, and we'll do this before we go to countdown because that's what we need to do. And I'm going to copy this text here, or this code there. If, and then we're going to take that out. If we have lost the game, or copy that. If we have won the game, so whether those two conditions are created, then all we're going to do, and I need double equals, then what we're going to do is grab this and then reset player values is going to be equal to true. If I want it to be on the safe side just a little bit more, when we created the value, the variable reset player values already did it false. Alright. Now let's test. So I have everything low so that we can do a quick test if we're going to lose. And it goes now. Explodes. Lose, play again. Start the game. And it did not take again. So let's do a quick test. Alright, so we're here, we reset player values. And the score is 0. I don't have anything in there. And I feel like I need to do one more thing.